All right, joining me now is one half of next week's Bellator 261 main event. It's an interim heavyweight title fight between Valentine Moldovsky and this guy, Tim Johnson. Tim, how you doing?
Doing great, thanks.
Good. You've had somewhat of a career resurgence in these last three fights. You entered your Bellator career with two straight knockout losses in just over a minute. But you've come back and won three straight, including avenging one of those losses. Is there anything in particular that you can attribute to this career resurgence, you think?
Biggest thing would probably be the move to Extreme Couture. After my first Congo fight, I was still up in Fargo and didn't have any bodies to really train with up there. So after that fight, we pulled up shop, moved out to Vegas here, which I was coming out here quite often anyways, but finally made the move permanent. And, it took a little bit of time, but I think, eventually the bodies I was working with got rid of some bad habits and, turned into good habits.
All right. And obviously training at Extreme Couture, you're training with the current UFC heavyweight champion, Francis Ngannou. How much has that just being alongside him increased your confidence and made you a better fighter?
Immensely. I've been training with Francis for the last couple of years, off and on, before I moved out here. And, watching him grow and develop as a fighter that's pretty fun to watch and be a part of that. And on top of that is, it's a mental thing. I'm not going to get hit as hard in a fight as I do in the practice room. So if I can handle that, I can handle anything in the fight. There
you go. And then looking into your fight next Friday, Bellator 261. Once again, you're facing Valentine Moldovsky. You were originally scheduled to face him in 2019, but now you're scheduled to face him with a belt on the line. What are your initial thoughts about him, and how do you see this fight going?
Actually, it seems like fate. We were supposed to fight two prior times. One time I had to pull out for injury, and another time he had to pull out for injury. So we both. So it's been a date waiting to happen for a few years now. And Moldavsky is a tough out. He's a young kid, full of piss and vinegar, a lot to prove. And he's a grindy guy who's fine with having a fight go as long as it goes. And I know the position. I think the biggest thing in this fight is who can dominate the fence and the clinch is the biggest probably. That's what we both do. Who can do it better is probably going to be the end result.
So you sort of see this fight kind of being a grind them out, who can just sort of a war of attrition, basically.
Yeah, as much as I want to be out there, throwing overhand rights and uppercuts and kicks and all that stuff, I'm not that fighter. I wish I was. I truly wish. To all the fans, I wish I was that guy. But, it is, you got to stick with what you're good at, and that's what he's good at, and that's what I'm good at. So, I think a lot of dirty boxing, if someone can get a good shot in there, someone will probably go down. But other than that, it's going to be a war of attrition for sure.
And then obviously don't want to look too far past this fight, but if you win the belt, you'd be looking at Ryan Bader, who's the current heavyweight champion. He's fighting in the light heavyweight Grand Prix. Is there anything that you have thoughts about him or anything like that?
No, I was daydreaming about Ryan when we came up to it. We had a mutual agreement that we were going to fight like February before he knew the tournament was going on. We went back and forth and we were talked on social media and let's do a fight. So, I was, doing plenty of thinking about it then, but ever since this happened, it's just been all Moldavsky. Not worried about Ryan Bader or what he's doing. Just focus on this.
Fair enough. Now, obviously, you're combat war veteran. You served in, you're serving. Are you still active? Or are you?
Okay. Yep, I rejoined here in November. So I took about 4.5 years off between my contracts.
Okay, good deal. So how is that military training and stuff like that? I know different fighters, it means different things. How does that help you when you step in the cage?
It's just a mindset. Being it helps a lot easier being deployed before having priorly being deployed. It just puts things in perspective. This is just a fight. It's not the worst thing that happened. It's not like you're driving around looking for a roadside bomb.
Yeah, I totally understand that. have no idea what that's like, obviously, but I definitely respect you for that, and thank you for your service as well.
Yep, thank you.
And I think since the last time you fought Czech Congo, you became a father.
Yep, I did.
Talk to me about that, what that's been like, and how that's changed things on your end personally, and I guess if that's changed anything in terms of your preparation.
Yeah, no, it's definitely an amazing feeling, and it's a trying feeling too. This first fight camp with she's gonna be, by the time the fight rolls around, she'll be 8 months old. So it's a fight camp with a 6, 7-month-year-old. You had to definitely be more schedule conscious, to say the least. You can't to help out with mom and her and everything back and forth. So it was kind of a learning curve at the beginning, but now I think we got it pretty well figured out for moving forward.
Good deal. I see that you're rocking the clean shaven look. I know to many fight fans, you're known for your facial hair. Are you planning on growing that back out anytime soon, or are you just rocking the clean shaven look for the foreseeable future?
It was I first did it as kind of a way to be seen, and it was kind of a running joke for a bit, and then I walked out with it. I was only gonna do it once for my debut at the UFC, and then kind of took off a little bit, and the mustache became bigger than I was, and so then I had to keep wearing it, and then because at the time you can't grow a beard when you're in the military, so that's the only facial hair I could grow was a mustache. That was all the military, so then I grew that beard and then kind of went back and forth. But I think right now I'm just, it's not about antics anymore. It's just about the fight.
Fair enough. Speaking of, you're training at Extreme Couture, like we mentioned earlier. Obviously, we talked about Francis Ngannou, Walt Harris with the UFC's training there a lot more now. Is there any fighter that fans should be on the lookout for that maybe we don't know about as much in the gym that you'd like to shout out?
I guess none that pop off that everyone would know, up and comers, I guess. Not kind of caught me off guard with the question there. I'm trying to run through everyone in my head right now. Make sure I don't forget anyone. Basically all my training partners have been have contributed to me. This fight camp, I had Latifi here. Me and him had great grappling battles back and forth. That was pretty fun, actually. That was probably some of the most fun of training I've had. We didn't focus so much on striking or any of that. We just did some great upper body Greco work, and he definitely has to keeps you honest when you're doing that. And Walt, and everyone knows Francis, and train partners with Carl and Ronnie, and Vinny's in there, but he took off. He's at PFL right now, and a constant guy in there is always Chris Thompson. He fights regionally here, but he's a great teammate who's always there for you with whatever you need. So basically, just a running, just a insane amount of heavyweights that run through Extreme Couture.
There you go. And obviously, we mentioned this. You've had a career in both the UFC and in Bellator. What are some of the main differences between the two organizations? I hear a lot of different things from fighters who made the jump from UFC to Bellator and vice versa, but I'd just love to hear your thoughts about it.
Biggest thing for me probably when I jumped over was what I noticed is, like the inner workings or the backroom workings of the UFC people, the personnel there. I mean, they're great and very personal. But the biggest thing to me would be you see more like a person with Bellator. UFC, you see more like a product number. Not with like the higher ups. The higher up you go, what have you done for me lately? And at least when I was over at Bellator, the switch I saw was very more, hey, you're a person. You're just not a body we're throwing out there.
Got it. Well, that's Tim Johnson. He is once again fighting for the interim heavyweight title against Valentine Moldovsky next Friday at the Mohegan Sun Arena in Uncasville, Connecticut. Tim, do you have any closing thoughts? Anybody or anything that you want to shout out before we go?
You can catch me on my Instagram and Twitter page at tbeartim. Shout out to my sponsors, Attrition in Fargo. Burbiz Veteran Events, Texas Oil Group, Brutus Brickhouse in Fargo, and that's about all I can think of right now.
There you go, Tim Johnson. Thank you and good luck in your fight.
All right, thank you.